We have the votes to pass universal health care in America. And there's a picture of him holding this basketball and me crying like a 11-year-old kid. And on the first day of the Obama White House, before the inaugural balls, we sat down in the West Wing and had a big old, very nice fight about what issue to do first. And at the very end, President Obama, on his first day in office, stood up and said, "Look, I've been campaigning for president for 2 years. And none of you want me to do healthcare because you know how hard it is, and 10 presidents have tried it. But I know that it's the one thing that could make people's lives better. And so we're going to do healthcare." And he looked at me and said, "Messina, how long to get it through the Senate?" And I said, "No more than 6 months." 14 months later, I walked. Yeah, it was an estimate. He was shooting hoops, and I walked to him, and I got to say, "Congratulations, Mr. President. We have the votes to pass universal health care in America." And there's a picture of him holding this basketball and me crying like a 11-year-old kid.
And I'll never forget the day a woman walked onto an elevator that we were on, burst into tears, and told a story about how she was alive today because that passed, because the companies couldn't claim her cancer was a pre-existing condition, how she was able to get the treatments she needed, and that she was cancer-free. Talk about a living, breathing example that government can truly help people.
I remember, when Vice President Biden was standing next to the president and had those infamous words, "This is a big effing deal." It really was. There was no one who wasn't crying because everyone in that room, everyone in America had someone that they knew who'd been thrown off an insurance plan, who couldn't get coverage, who had to split a pill down the middle because they couldn't afford it. It's one of those things that you realize why you and I do what we do, which is to make people's lives better.